Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and welcome to the morning forecast show. Every single morning we come live before the opening bell, where Martyn's show starts in about 45 minutes time. And we look to get prepared for the day. And we look to see if it's going to be a rainy day in the markets. We look to see if it's going to be a sideways moving action in the markets where it's a sunny day, but just sideways moving, or if it's those days that we really like, where we're all making money, everything is pumping up. And one thing that's pumping up today a lot is Circle, is $122 pre-market, closed at $200 a couple days ago. Remember, it was bank holiday yesterday, which is why we weren't live. But it is now pre-market at $222, went as high as $225 or $235. We go on the 15-minute time frame. $235 in the pre-market trading today, and it's up at the moment another 11%, added to its 33% gains on Wednesday. So what a day it is for Circle. The stablecoin issue, remember we covered the IPO, we said it's IPOing, we had that drama between people saying that Ripple was going to buy it. We were pretty convinced about that story because major news outlets were covering it. We gave our thoughts on it. We then covered that that wasn't true and that they're looking to IPO and that they did IPO, and we said $31 is an entry point. I did come out last week and say $100 plus. It's not looking too tempting to me. However, one thing that we always need to remind ourselves is you can't fight the trend. When something starts moving, it will start moving no matter if it's overvalued or not. You look at Palantir, that keeps going up even though the fundamentals say it shouldn't go up. Circle to me is in the similar situation. Would I be buying it right now? I wouldn't. But again, one thing I need to make clear is nothing I say is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only, so please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. I'm here to dubiously speculate on the market and have some fun. This is for educational and entertainment purposes. This is not me giving you any advice. For Circle, we looked at it last week when I was approaching $140, and I said there is nothing wrong with taking profits if you got in for those IPO prices of $31. I know a few of our members did. We saw one of our members talking about it on Discord a couple of weeks ago. And now it's up from $31 to $222. Was there anything wrong if you did sell at $131 when I may have suggested it? For myself, not for anyone else. I don't give financial advice. Is there anything wrong with selling at $131 and now it's at $222? No, because you secured a very good profit. Is it expected that it's up another 60% since those levels? Sort of. I mean, when the hype is there, when you get good news, when everyone's on the bandwagon, when a stock has good momentum, they can just keep going. I mean, this stock can go to $500 next week, and I wouldn't be too surprised. Why? Because it's just that initial FOMO. It is that initial strength. It is that initial trend towards the upside, and you cannot fight the trend. Will this come back to lower than the price as it is today? I think so. It's currently valued at over $40 billion. I think this company should be valued around $20 billion. But again, I'm no expert. I'm just giving you my thoughts. And that I think around the $120-$130 mark is where its fair value is for Circle. $200 plus I think is a bit crazy, but we've seen crazy things, and you can't, and that doesn't mean you can't make money off crazy things. So the key takeaways are Circle is up because it's a great company. It's one of the first crypto companies to enter the market like this with such a successful IPO. The stablecoin bill has come out, and obviously Circle is a stablecoin issuer, which is bullish. Everyone is now talking about stablecoins. Everyone's accepting crypto. Stablecoins are now getting projections of how much they're going to do in 5 years' time. Everyone's getting excited about the stablecoin market. Circle is a massive player in that, if not the biggest player. Of course, there's USDT, but that has its own issues. It's much bigger than USDC. However, USDC is the one that people favor. Anyway, there's all those things going for Circle, which is the bullish side of it. The bearish side is now it's going to have constant regulatory overlooks. Something goes wrong, the stock can go down. The risk to reward, in my opinion, is not there anymore. Um, Remember, now it's on the stock market. It's going to be under a magnifying glass. What's this? What's that? Have you done this correctly? Is this regulation right? Um, if something goes wrong, it's overvalued in my opinion, so it can come down much faster. But would I be holding it long term? Possibly. Would I be buying at these levels? No. If I bought at $31, would I be selling now? Yes. Those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. But the key takeaways are really, just because something's going up and it's overvalued doesn't mean it won't continue going up. We've seen that time and time again with different stocks. You sell out too early, it continues going up. It makes no sense, but you could have still made money. So just because something's going up higher than the valuation should be doesn't mean it will stop. Things aren't rational. The market isn't rational. So always remember that. Um, Things can change quickly. One piece of bad news, and this can fall back to bottom. IPOs are risky times. They're volatile times until the market really understands where it wants to price it. This isn't where the markets decide to price it. We'll find out in months to come. Um, so yeah, it's a long term gain, long term thing we have to look at. Remember, Coinbase came out, IPO'd, went straight up, and then it went down for 3 years, and now it's not even back at those prices. So be prepared. If you're buying this now, be prepared to hold for the very long term. If you've bought it at $31, there's nothing wrong with taking profits either. And remember, the market can be irrational, so this can continue going up even if people don't think the valuation is deserved, and it can continue going up. The market's not rational. We do have it in our newsletter. So the Circle story is in the newsletter, and let's read it for you today. So Circle surges to $235 after Senate passes stablecoin bill. Circle Internet Financial stock soared 34% on June the 18th, closing at $199. Remember, the reason why it's not June the 19th is because yesterday the markets were closed. And that was after hitting an all-time high intraday of $200. We have now surpassed that. This marks a lot more than a six-fold increase from its IPO price of $31. Remember, we covered that IPO price on June the 5th. The rally followed the US Senate's 51-23 vote on advancing the guiding and establishing national innovation for US stablecoins, the Genius Act, which sets new federal standards for stablecoin issuers, including reserve requirements and regulatory oversights. So you can see regulations aren't bad, and we've always called for regulations, but not over regulations, just regulations so people know what they're doing. And as you can see, some people will be like, oh, regulations, why is that good? Well, because now we have a framework, companies know what the rules and regulations are, and they can build based on that. So the Genius Acts progressions. Make sure you have hit the like button if you are live here with us, or if you're watching this later on. Make sure you also subscribe. So please, let's try and get the likes up to 120. Let's see if we can do that. Make sure you hit the like button. The Genius Act's progress spurred gains across the crypto-related equities. Coinbase jumped 14%. Robinhood is closing in on its all-time high. Circle, issuer of USDC stablecoin, now boosts a market cap of above 48 billion. The bill requires payments stablecoin issuer to fully back tokens with cash or short-dated treasuries, bars yield payments, and introduces federal and state licensing tiers based on liabilities. Circle's business model, earning interest on USDC reserves, positions it to comply with new rules without any major changes. Remember, that's how it makes its money. It's got all this money, it earns interest on its money, and there it goes. So why it matters. The Senate's move provides long-awaited regulatory clarity for stablecoins, accelerating institutional adoption and boosting confidence in the sector. Circle's explosive post-IPO performance underscores investors' appetite for regulated digital finance and signals that stablecoins are moving closer to mainstream integration. However, rapid gains and ongoing legislative risk means volatility remains elevated for sector participants. Circle's IPO post IPO trajectory isn't just a crypto headline; it's a signal flare. The Genius Act is doing what countless white papers couldn't, laying out a regulatory foundation that traditional capital understands. The market is pricing in a future where stablecoins aren't just tolerated; they're core infrastructure. For investors, this isn't merely a tech rally, it's the formal onboarding of digital dollars into the financial system's rulebook. But remember, clarity brings growth and scrutiny. So here we go. Stablecoins are going to change the world. They're going to get bigger and bigger. More money is going to be flowing on it. Remember, 1% of the US dollars is actually traded on stablecoins. Remember, Robinhood uses stablecoins for their after hours trading. Remember, stablecoins are the sort of the backbone of crypto in a sense, because you can't really do much without stablecoins. You need a stablecoin, and it's definitely something where I can see it growing tenfold in the next 10 years. We can see trillions on board. We can see a higher percentage than 1% of the US dollars in stable coins. I think we'll see stable coins across the world in different currencies. I think we'll see probably coins pegged to the gold as well. And this is really bullish for the crypto industry, because this is now when the real money can start flowing in. But remember, all this growth brings a lot of scrutiny, and you need to be careful. So that was the story on Circle. We've got a few stories we want to get through. We've got the Japan carry trade, which I think I won't touch on too much. I'll leave to Martyn. It's on the deeper dive section of. I saw he was covering it. We did have the Japan's inflation data come out today. That was on the radar for this week, if you remember in the newsletter, and that's now come out. Not the best news. We've got all the news there in the newsletter. If you haven't got the newsletter, should I be watching this on Substack now that I'm a member? Oh, Jesse, you're a member on Substack. Well, you can't really. No, that doesn't make a difference. You don't need to. It won't make a difference. It's just there if you didn't know we're live. If you want to watch it later, got all the news. It doesn't make a difference whether you watch on YouTube or on Substack, wherever you feel more comfortable. It is basically the same YouTube link. It's the same YouTube link, just integrated on Substack. Most of the days we've never really managed to go through the newsletter fully in the morning shows. That's why it's there for you to look at later. We don't go through all the deep dives, the charts of the day, all those sort of stuff. We don't go through all the time. There's stories that we don't cover as well. So that's the Circle news. We've got the Europe and Iran resume high-level diplomacy. We're looking at that going on today. Let's see what comes from those talks today. Hopefully, peace. Another piece of news, the UK retail meltdown. May sales plunged 2.7% in worst drop since 2023. UK retail sales see sharpest monthly decline since 2023. UK retail sale volumes dropped 2.7% in May 2025, the steepest monthly decline since December of 2023, and far exceeding economists' forecast of 0.5% fall. A 2.7% fall. That is not good. That is something severely wrong. That is something's gone wrong, hasn't it? When the forecast is 0.5 and the real numbers is 2.7, you imagine there's probably you can start imagining the data's wrong, but we can't speculate on that. Anyway, the Office for National Statistics reported broad-based weakness for 4 months after 4 months of growth, with food store sales plunging 5% and non-food food stores down 1.4%. Supermarkets and clothing retailers were hit hardest as consumers slashed spending on essentials, alcohol, and tobacco. Sorry, yeah. So annual figures and economic outlook weakened. So compared to a year ago, May sales were down 1.3%, reversing April's 5% growth. Excluding fuel, sales dropped 2.8% month of month. Despite this, sale volumes for the 3 months to May were still 0.8% higher than previous 3 months, but remained 2.7% below pre-pandemic levels. The decline points to renewed pressure on the UK economy. With rising expectations at the Bank of England rate cuts later this year, the pound paired gains on the data, reflecting growing concerns about the second quarter growth momentum. Consumers are tightening their belts and fast. The May's 2.7% sales plunge isn't just a seasonal wobble, it's a clear signal that inflation fatigue and economic uncertainty are finally hitting household spending. With essentials like food and clothing taking the biggest hits, the Bank of England now faces a tightening growth trade off that could bring rate cuts back into place sooner than expected. Looks like we are looking at more rate cuts because of this data that was released this morning. We also had the FOMC meeting. I don't want to cover all the newsletter. I want to leave a lot of it for the paid members. Let me go back to your comments and see what everyone is saying today. Remember, if you want the newsletter, all the information every single trading morning, you get the newsletter. The link is pinned up above. I will put it in the chat as well. Just click on it and you can sign up to a newsletter as well. Let's see who was here first. Robbie C. I want to see a green day. Right now, 76% of you are saying Green Day, 24% are saying Red Day. This was a strange comment I saw this morning. You're late to the party, Martyn and SS. We got into Circle Tuesday, 3:45 p.m., 100 call contracts. We got in before the run up, not after LMAO. Same with Coinbase. No one uses your signals. We don't do so. It's such a strange request.
Tony Bogards donated €6 through a super chat. Could you please look at the 6 chart? Even though I'm a member, I'm happy to support this channel. Angelic face emoji. Appreciate your effort as always.
Thank you, Tony Bogards. We will look at that in a minute. So yeah, this was a strange comment I saw this morning. I have no idea. It sounds like a bot, to be honest, because we don't give signals. We were buying Coinbase at $35. Go back and look on the show. I'm sure this person didn't buy Coinbase at $35. And also, we were looking at the IPO price. We weren't. I don't know what Sombra is on about. So that was strange. So I replied saying, not sure what you're talking about. We looked at this as a buy at IPO price at $31. We don't do signals, we do charts and news. Yeah, it was a strange comment and they didn't come back to us. James is here, Motto A Team. Sensei, good morning. We are so used to seeing Sensei every day, we thought something was wrong. We are obviously spoiled, says Motto A Team. Oh, Motto A Team. That's nice to hear. We did mention there was no show yesterday. Was anyone else confused? Did anyone else come onto YouTube and say what's going on? Zach Zate is here. Happy Friday. I was going to say, yeah, happy Friday, but let's see if we can get any happier. Let's see if not the trade deals, the geopolitical situations get sorted out today in Geneva. I think the talks are being held at, and then it'll be even happier Friday. But happy Friday as always, Zach Zate. Present and smashed. Happy Friday to all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Is saying James. Everyone's saying good morning. Happy Friday to Lucasade. What is Witching Day? I'll tell you below. Triple Witching Day refers to a specific day where 3 times derivative contracts expire simultaneously. Stock index futures, stock index options, and stock options is an important day. Triple Witching occurs 4 times a year, and on the 3rd Friday of March, June, September, and December. Here we go. Witching Day. Thank you, James, for bringing that to us. Why it's important to increase volume? Yes. A happy Triple Witching Day. Happy Triple Witching Day to all. Thank you, James. Well, great info. Thank you, James. Yes. Try powder. I don't think many people would know. I'm here to help the Lucas's teamworks make the dream work. Yes, thank you, James, for that. Increased volume, yeah. Volatility spikes, yeah. That's what you would expect. Thank you, James, for that. Jesse, I don't think many people know. Share. Let's see. Newsletter link is there. The time on your screen is your time zone wherever you are. Yes, exactly. Whenever you see a live show upcoming, you'll see the time wherever in your time zone. Now I can't find the link. Jesse, the link is pinned above and it's also in the chat right now. I'll put it in the chat for you one more time. There we go. Yes, Wadey. I apologize. I was 10 minutes or 15 minutes late today. So much going on this week in the world and in the studio as well. Um, think we get a little green. Hi everyone, let's go. Should be green after bank holiday. Need circle market cap pull back, and I'll sell my Google and Nvidia for more. RPM, good luck to you. Should be very interesting next few weeks. July 14th is when ISO 20 takes effect. Wonder if what impact that will have. That would be cool. We'll keep an eye on that date. I sold all but one share. Just fluffy. Congratulations to you. There was nothing wrong with taking profits at all. Posed for a sell-off. Just fluffy. I hope he doesn't mind me saying he got in at $31 into Circle. Not sure what price he sold. I imagine it was certainly above $100, a 3x in a week at least. I mean, that is incredible. Congratulations to you, Eddie P. I'm up at 625% on Circle. Good luck. Hopefully, you stay up. Remember, it can get volatile. If you put in mining earnings onto exchanges, I don't. If you put mining earnings onto exchanges that pump liquidity, it's still not selling. Peter, I don't know what you're talking about. Mining earnings. What's that? Do you mean mined Bitcoin? Mining earnings. I don't know what you mean. XRP is in for a big drop. Thank you for your thoughts. How do you think this will affect fintech, PayPal, Visa, etc.? I think they'll just start using. I don't think it will like. It's just that they're still going to stay in place. That they're just going to start using stablecoins to help make their business be more efficient. I don't think they're going anywhere. Lawsuits about to end Tesla. What lawsuit? Yeah, what lawsuit are we talking about? Peter almost sent Hood my Bitcoin. Not that I mind. Almost sent Hood my Bitcoin. I don't know what you mean there. Dang, I was about to buy a Tesla. I'm about to buy a Tesla, Sames Motto 18. Which Tesla are you buying? And where are you in the world? Should I be watching this on Substack? I answered that question. Um, um, if anyone has the newsletter, make sure you have the Substack app as well. It's such a great experience. You can actually listen to the newsletter as well. I'm going to get more, and we also have like chat rooms and everything on our newsletter as well. Much easier on the app. I'm going to get more Honda stocks as they have entered the space race. They had a successful test. Thank you, Stewie, for that information. Jesse, you're not a member. I don't think you've ever been a member of on the channel itself. Here's the membership link for YouTube. Um, you can see if you have a badge next to your name is when you are a member of the YouTube channel. Tesla can survive off batteries alone, not gonna lie. Not if they blow up and fail, guarantee. RPM, I don't think Tesla's going anywhere. I think they're very well established now. You're about 5 years too late to that party where everyone was saying Tesla's going to go under. Tesla's a lot more than just cars. Yeah. Is there a place on the Discord to promote and support small businesses? Ed Spitzer. Um, I don't think so. I think you can talk to people on Discord. You can talk to people on Discord. That's definitely do that. We can ask Martyn. He's going to be live in 20 minutes. There have been many EV fires, more spontaneous combustion. Then never mind off topic. But I think that's fake news again, though, Peter. I think I think it's terrible. I think you need to look at the facts, and I'm 99%. I mean, I'm 100% certain that the amount of fires of normal vehicles, combustion engines, compared to EVs, is hundred times the amount of EV fires. I'm not talking about, yes, there's a lot more petrol cars than EV cars in the world. I'm just talking about if you're taking um, just the statistics of what car is more likely to spontaneously combust. I guarantee you, it's the ICE engines, the internal combustion engines are. I do agree that the electric car fires are a bit more dangerous because they're not easy to put out, but there is far less in the electric vehicle world. There's all these arguments that we heard about Tesla about 5 years ago, and they all got disproven, and all the shorters got wrecked. Got to love a breakfast show, says Kent Paranormal. Thank you very much. What's everyone having for breakfast this morning? Um, I got uranium. Should we hold energy and oil stocks, or they always do well in times of war, but might be too late, and I don't give advice, so I can't answer that question. I want to buy a Tesla when they are ready, or one that can make cups of tea for me. James will never stuff about tea, will he? I got uranium still better than lithium. Rachel from accounts doing great job in the UK. Says MDM. Yeah. We're gonna look at this request. Don't worry, Tony. We're looking at. Let's just get that ready. PSIX Power Solutions International. It's up quite a lot on Thursday, wasn't it? On Wednesday, sorry. I don't think the carry trade is very dangerous, says DD Drama. It's not the most likely scenario, but it is a dangerous scenario if it does happen. For sure, it is. No one can debate that. Not a fan. Not a fan by any means. But EVs have lower fire incidence than ICE vehicles. Yes, Kinzanska. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Should we hold on energy and oil stocks, or I can't give you advice? Yesterday morning was so boring without you and Martyn in my life, love, says Chris Fulton. That's very kind of you. It was very strange. I thought it was a Saturday. I've come back thinking it's Monday today, but it's Friday. Always worth having energy and gas stocks, yes, in a diversified portfolio. You want to own a little bit of everything, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. The year. Oh, you want the music? Sensei, we need the world to be like the Lucas family, strong and together. Exactly, Zach Zate. Um, Zach Zate's from originally from Israel. My family are originally from Iran, and you can see we're two normal people, and all we want is peace. It's not what the media spews everywhere about this, that, and the other. This person's bad. This the people, the majority of the people, 99% of the population of both countries just want peace, and so sad to see what's going on in all countries around the world. Zach Zate, originally from Israel. My family, me, originally from Iran. Um, and this is me and Zach, two members of the Lucasade family, supporting each other. And the world needs to be like the Lucasade family, strong and together. It's been a very hard week, I'm sure, for Zach Zay and for me, and more importantly, the people on the ground getting injured and killed and everything all around the world. Not even in those countries. We're looking at Gaza, we're looking at Ukraine, Russia, other countries around the world. Just terrible, and we just need more love in the world. So if everyone could just spam the love button in the comment section, hit the like button. What a great family we have here. People from all around the world, but all supporting each other. Still holding all my circle, says Craig Bowie. Good luck to you. RPMU RPM, I don't know what you mean. We'll take original investment at 30 days. We'll take out. Oh, okay. Is that a rule in the US, the 30-day rule? I don't know much about the US tax system. I remember there's a 30-day rule. Kazansko says, thanks, no worries. Hope you're doing well, champ. Thank you, Eli ET. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Craig, watch it like a hot. Zebek is still holding up. I am now. Oh, you are. Jesse, that's brilliant. Welcome to the Substack family. I hope you enjoy. I'm always doing well, my man. Hope you're doing good, bud, says RPM. If XRP is backed by a USD big bank and the move to foreign money backed crypto is complete, would that eliminate XRP USD by default? Thank you for what you do, mate. No worries, Josh. I'm trying to understand your question. Is if XRP is backed by USD big bank, what do you mean USD big bank? Okay, if let's just remove the big bank. If XRP is backed by USD and the move to foreign money backed crypto is complete, foreign money backed crypto, foreign money, right? Would you eliminate XRP USD? Josh Keith, I think that's above my pay grade. I don't actually quite understand the question. I don't think XRP USD will be eliminated in any scenario. I think maybe in the future, if USD, I mean, maybe not. Right now, the most traded pair is XRP USD. Um, Maybe that changes to a different currency in the future. Oh, when if the US is not no longer the reserve currency? I'm not quite sure what your question means, to be honest. But thank you though for the kind words. I signed up for the $119 annual plan just recently, Jesse. Thank you so much for your support. All good here as usual. You do get the 7-day free trial with that as well. Evie will die. We're going drone. um, let's go after. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Breaking Ripple case is over. You sure? I don't know if I trust this. Is that actually happening? Because if that is, we need to celebrate. It could happen any day now. That's why I'm not doubting it, but I don't. This early in the morning, Ripple, SEC. LEET, if you're teasing us here, I won't be very happy. Where have you got that news from? Um, I'm trying to get confirmation to see if the Ripple SEC case is over, because if it has, that's big news. But I don't see any news of that. Can't see it. If I go onto the SEC website, we've got it open here. I'm sure they'll be posting it as well. Search filings. I don't think this is right. Let's just go onto the Ripple. Where have you got that news from? If anyone else can have a look for me, I don't think that's the case. Craig, it's well read, but I heard I'll be whacking a stop loss in. We are the world, says Kazansko. Kazansko, that was my plan. Like a phoenix, you burst. Oh, you want the music? James says peace. Phoenix, like a phoenix. Everyone wants the phoenix music. Everyone wants the Phoenix. I have a Zebek. I have Zebek on Coinbase Wallet, but out of nowhere, someone sent me Zebek Network with a double I. Is that a scam? Yes, Moon. Scam. Definitely a scam. It's called like phishing or something, where you buy it, they realize you buy it, they send you another token, and then you interact with that new token that they sent you, or you go and buy some, and it's just a scam. So just ignore it. Don't do anything with it. Just be careful. Just type in, you'll be able to find out exactly what that scam is. I mean, you can just talk to ChatGPT, say someone sent me some random Zebek. What does this mean? How do I not get scammed by it? I know, but it's definitely a scam. I just don't know. Trying to remember what the point of the scam was. I think if you interact with it, they might find out more about your wallet, or they might be wanting you to buy the wrong Zebek token. I don't know what the point of the scam is, but I know that they send you tokens once they realize you buy certain smaller cap cryptos, so be careful. Do you see XRP getting to $100 by 2030? Yeah, I'd see a path there, $50 to $100 by 2030. We're going to put the song on. Let's just get through these comments. Good morning, Zach. Happy Friday. Paris Air Show is this weekend with all aviation big companies and the news. The SEC case has not been finalized. That's what I thought. Oh yeah, Jesse. I mean, yeah, the $119 plan. There is no way to link YouTube to Substack. They're completely different platforms, completely different things. YouTube is a $2 monthly subscription. That is YouTube. Just like Discord is separate, the newsletter is separate, the merch store is separate. They're separate things. I mean, you can't have a YouTube determine everything on YouTube's terms. We can't integrate things with each other. I would love to have if you are a member of the newsletter, we would love for that to mean you're a member of YouTube or you're a member of Discord, but it just doesn't work like that because YouTube demand it to do in their own systems. Substack want it in their own systems. Discord want it in their own systems. So that's why YouTube is the cheapest possible price, so that everyone can have a badge. I think it's $2 a month. There's the membership link for YouTube. Sensei is the Moon Man. Morning, Sensei, and all. Sensei, can you take a look at Silver's direction? Been waiting for a drop for the next load up. XRP 20. Okay, that's just Stupid Eli ET. Who gave us that fake news anyway? We just Eli ET. Eli ET, just be careful. He is or she is um, just spamming fake news all over the place. We had a chart request, so if you want to do a chart request, you can do a $5 super chat. We need to do this because we're coming up to the end of the show. The chart request was for PSIX, Power Solutions International. So let's just zoom out for a second. Wow, this has made a comeback, hasn't it? With no real warning. So just always want to have a look and see what it is. It's engaged in design, manufacture, and trade of power systems for electrical power generation equipment. So obviously, with all the AI stuff going on, and more power is needed. I'm assuming. The market capitalization is very low, 1 billion, but not tiny. It's, as you can see, you cannot fight that trend. That trend is just how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of green candles. I mean, that is just unprecedented. I don't think you see that too often at all. So be careful. Pullback is definitely, we will have a red week at some point. You can't keep going up like that forever. The next target, I would say it is on a strong move towards the upside. There's no reason to bet against this stock. I would say $70 would be the last retrace level on the Fibonacci, so keep an eye out for that. Traders will be taking profits, and people will be looking at that level to see whether it's going to retrace or break through. The next level will be the all-time highs, $88, and the long-term target's $142. In terms of the move, you cannot fight the trend. The trend is towards the upside. The trend is your friend. Yes, you're overbought right now on the other side, but you've been overbought many times previously, and you just kept going up. So that doesn't really mean too much. It really just means there's a lot of strength and a lot of buyers. You broke this downtrend and then you went on to your uptrend. So you just keep an eye on this parabolic trend. If this parabolic trend ends, that's when you'll get your pullback. So the parabolic trend might end at $70 or much higher. Once you see a break of a trend line like this, that just tracks the move towards the upside on the weekly and possibly on the daily, if we go on the daily as well. You've got a very you've got sort of two trend lines. One is like that, which is your less parabolic one, and then you've got your more parabolic one. Something like that. You're just keeping an eye on the trend. If the trend breaks, then get ready for lower prices. If the next trend breaks, then get ready for maybe $21. But right now, the trend is towards the upside. As long as these trend lines don't break, as long as you see momentum continuing to go to the upside, $70 is where traders will take profits. $88 is another level, and the long-term target's $142. On the support side of things, if the upwards trend does break, then you will be looking at possibly $43 as levels of support for sure. $43 is actually very important because you've got that level as there. So $41 to $43 is a level of support people will be buying, and on the lower side $15. But yeah, I'll be looking for this parabolic trend to continue. Once the parabolic trend ends, look for $40 to $44.
Wadey donated £4.99 through a super chat. OCGN, Octagon chart pleaser.
Okay, let's do this one quickly. We're moving over to Martyn's show very, very soon, and we need to also get going. So OCGN. Thank you very much, Wadey, for your super chat. OCGN. So what I'll do for the we didn't get through any of the newsletter really today. As I said, I went through some of the stories, and that's the point of you guys signing up to newsletter. We never have time to go through all of it. There's a lot of stories: the FOMC story, the Robinhood story. Vaz is live reporting from Paris. He's on the ground right now. Vaz is currently in Paris preparing for a special live broadcast from the Paris Air Show, where he'll be bringing you exclusive real-time insights from one of the most important events in the global aerospace. Tune in tomorrow. His show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Support him. He is going to be live on the ground. He's put so much effort into this, and we want to celebrate that, and we want to tune in with him for tomorrow on his live show. His Saturday show is going to be live on the ground, and to celebrate, me and Vaz have designed a mug. So do go to newsletter. This is going to be a limited edition mug. If you haven't got it yet and you're a Lucasade, what are you doing? Because this is one of the most significant mugs we've ever put out. The link is in the live chat right now. It's in the newsletter. Paris Air Show edition, white 15-ounce ceramic mug. So it's the big mug. It's not a small mug. It's got the Paris on it. It's got Vaz on it, and it's the first time we've got his logo on it. It is limited to 10. 3 have already sold. I'm sure they'll be sold out by the end of the weekend. So go and buy it now. This marks a massive moment in history for Vaz, for the show, and one of the most exclusive items you can get, because this is a day to remember. So just quickly doing this chart request for Wadey, we're about to end the show. Okay, so interesting. Wow. Oh, this is an interesting one, Wadey. Wow. The market cap must be pretty low, 318 million. Volatile. We need to ignore all of that higher price action because that's in a previous life. Look, the support previously was about 18 cents. Then you had a higher level of support at 35 cents. It looks like you've tried to put in a higher low at 50 cents. So the good news is you are putting in higher lows. So that's good. That's a good sign. Having these higher lows, that's a good sign. I would be looking at just this move over here and saying the next target would probably be about $1.78 and then $2.10. $1.78 and then $2.10, $1.78 and $2.10 as the levels of resistance, and then you can definitely start targeting higher levels once that breaks. I mean, it's a massively volatile stock, so it can certainly move towards the upside quickly. I mean, $6 as I mean, I'll put all these levels in really. Let me just make sure we've got that right. Yeah, so again, on the higher targets, because this is a high risk to reward stock, I mean, if you're holding this, you want big gains because it's very risky to be buying it in the first place. So you are targeting higher levels, and all of these levels would be targets as well. So on the shorter term, I've given you some levels. Oh, no, what's going on? I'm just trying to get rid of that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this. Okay, so you've got all those targets. Right now, you've got higher lows. If you want to buy some more, maybe 50 cents is where traders will be buying more. Targets in the short term, possibly 180 to 210. If it breaks those levels, then you can start laddering out $4, $7, $9, $10, $13. Very hard to get to those levels, but this is a high risk to reward. It's got a low market cap, can be certainly very volatile. The main target's $1 to $2.12. The made support around 50 cents. But you've got those levels in between, and you've got those moonshot targets as well to keep an eye on if you're holding a moon bag on this as well. But the good news is you've got higher lows, but the bad news is it's a very risky stock. You can see so much volatility, and it's been hammered in the past as well. RSI is not overbought yet either. The trend does seem like $1.78 is next. Thank you for that. I apologize that we're running over. We are going to go straight to Martyn's show now. His link is pinned at the top. Let me give it to you again. Let me give you this link. The 50% crash market edge, or 50% crash Japan's carry trade unwind. Martyn has a very, very important show. There is a link to the show. I'm also going to give you the link to the newsletter. The newsletter link is here. Do consider subscribing. You've just got the mug, Brian. I love that. So we need a Sensei's face on a mug too, says Zach. Thank you, everyone. That is Vaz's first ever mug. He's on the ground. He's doing something great for us. Do consider getting your Vaz mug as well. I've just put the link in the description for that as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Remember, go check out the newsletter. I think Martyn's going to be covering some of his own news sources, and also the deeper dive on the Japan's inflation surprise at the bottom of the newsletter in the deeper dive. That's the next show. Get ready for it. We're going to go straight there right now. Martyn is ready to go live right now for you guys. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on my Saturday show, on my Sunday show on Sunday. Vaz's show tomorrow is a big show, but right now we'll go over to Martyn. Until next time, thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.